My name's Nicole, and this is the overview of my final project plan. For my final project, the title is Nicole L. Burke, Portfolio Site and Process, and this is an overview of my project plan. So, the project itself, I included right here basically my goals for the project. At the end of this project, I will have a redesigned portfolio website to display all my work. The site will be fully responsive and will incorporate a lot of concept I've learned about in my UX UI courses. The site will be accompanied by a comprehensive process book. So basically by the end of August 22nd, the end of the capstone class, I will have a completely redesigned portfolio site from where it is now. The scope, I included the scope just so I think that's important to include. You know what's going into it. HTML, CSS, JavaScript, jQuery, PHP, Dreamweaver. I'd be using programs like InDesign, Illustrator, and Photoshop as well. There's a lot of research design, and there will be critique in this as well. I have a lot to work on for this project, but as a graphic designer, a portfolio site is something that's very important because it's how employers get a real look at who you are and what you have to offer. So I think that having a fully designed portfolio site is incredibly important, and that's why I want to redesign mine for my capstone project. Basically, the requirements for that site: a homepage, a contact page, an interactive gallery page so that the users can click through it at their own speed. Responsive site design. My original site is not responsive, so you can only really view it on a desktop. Otherwise, things are moved around weird or are broken when you look at it on a mobile device. So I really want it to be fully responsive because people are using more than just their laptops to view websites. And a comprehensive process book. That's really important. It shows employers, anybody who looks at your portfolio, it shows them how you think and how you got from start to finish. And that's why that's a really important element. For my milestones, this basically breaks it down. I included my planning in here originally, but instead now it's all my research. So all the background stuff that's really going to lay the framework in my process book will be completed in the first week or so. Production is two separate phases. It's the design phase, which is kind of quick. It's only about 14 days there where I'll design all my comps, get feedback on them, and then I jump into the coding part. I gave myself almost a full month to code because I know that that's where I have a lot of struggles. And then to finalize everything, coding and testing, I kind of do it as I go along. I'll code a couple lines, test it, code a couple lines, test it. That's why it's such a long process. So finalizing everything is just kind of going through, making sure everything works, everything looks nice, getting final critique and feedback from professors, friends, peers, all of that. So that I should be done. That's a fully laid out. Those are the biggest milestones there. Risk management, I did map out risks. Basically, risks kind of include what if the computer breaks, what if a program crashes, what if something's not saved. I definitely have multiple contingency plans for each. I'm saving my work at every point, backing everything up to an external hard drive in case I do have to abandon this computer. If something happens, it's a relatively new computer. I don't foresee anything bad happening, but it's always good to be safe just in case. And my schedule is pretty flexible. Like the design phase is for 14 days. I don't think it's going to actually take me that long. The coding phase is almost a month. Again, I don't think it's going to take me that long for that one. I left a lot of room for adaptability, which is important in project planning. I definitely learned that this semester. And then managing my progress, sorry. So sticking to that schedule I have on Project Libre, it's pretty mapped out to the day, how many hours I should be working on it. I have weekly checkpoints lined up with my milestones, so that's going to play a big part in that as well. And getting a head start. I'm probably going to start this project before the capstone class starts in mid-July because if I don't, I might just go crazy. It's just looming over me at this point, so I definitely want to get a head start. I will be asking for feedback often from my friends who are also taking the course and doing a similar project, and I will be reaching out for help with coding because I know that it's an area where I'm just not as strong as I would like to be, and JavaScript and jQuery aren't my best. HTML and CSS I'm fairly comfortable with, and that gets the basics taken care of, but I definitely need help with JavaScript and jQuery, so I have a couple friends I can reach out to for there, so I'll be asking for help often, and hopefully they don't get too annoyed with me. But I have a pretty solid plan. Pretty thankful for this class because it really helped me nail everything I wanted to do, nail it down, and really look at the details. And that's all. Thank you very much.